Hi everyone, welcome to techpex.com. So, today we will revolutionize our greenhouse farming with our project on IoT based agricultural monitoring system. So, using Internet of Things, we can either control certain devices using our mobile or laptop from some distance, which is known as tele-remote control, or we can measure or monitor certain data from a remote location, which is known as telemetry. So now let's see how we have implemented the concepts of tele-remote control and telemetry in our today's project. So here in this prototype, we have shown a greenhouse, or we can say a poly house, that has been completely enclosed as shown in the video. It looks just like a house. Let me show it from all angles. So this is how it looks. And inside it we have shown a field. And in this greenery, we have demonstrated the concept of drip irrigation. Here it can be seen that a black pipe runs throughout this field, providing water to the crops. And here we have provided a drainage outlet in case the water gets filled excessively inside the field so that it can be drained out. So for here water storage, here we have shown a water box which has a submersible motor inside for supplying the water towards the pipe. And the supply of water can be controlled using the Android application that we have developed for this project. So we can remotely control the supply of water towards the field through this water source. So talking about the application interface, here you can see that we have two parts, one for telemetry and the second one is for tele-remote control. So in the telemetry part, we can measure three parameters, that is temperature, moisture and humidity. And these parameters are being measured through sensors. So here it is a control board which is also connected to the same server for displaying the values of those parameters over the internet. And similarly, those values will be displayed on the Android application as well so that we can monitor them from a distance. So here you can see that on the LCD of the control box, we are being shown with all the required parameters. So talking about how all of them will be measured. So for this purpose, we have sensors here. Here, let me show you the sensor from the inside. It is a DHT11 sensor for measuring humidity and temperature both. Secondly, for measuring the moisture, we have this moisture sensor which will be inserted inside the soil in this manner. We will put it inside the soil so that its moisture can be measured and displayed over the internet, through which we can monitor the moisture of our field. So we have kept it open since it is not connected to anything for the moment. For the demonstration, we will demonstrate its functioning later in this video. And the humidity and temperature are being collectively measured by this sensor, as I told earlier. So the value of moisture, you can see here in the application that it is 0%, since we have kept the moisture sensor in the open air for the moment, and that we have not kept it inside the soil. So its basic functionality is on the basis of resistance, that when it is kept in soil, as soon as the moisture increases, the conductivity between both these probes increases and the current starts flowing in between them. And on the basis of that conductivity, the value is calibrated into the value of moisture. So this is how the moisture sensor works. And that calibration of the values of current and moisture has been done using C programming in ESP32, which is a microcontroller that has been deployed in this project. So as of now, for demonstrating the functioning of this moisture sensor, here I'll be dipping this sensor inside the water so that the value of moisture, here you can see that it has got to 100%. And the delay of 3 to 4 seconds or maximum 5 seconds it will take, it is because of that the values that have been displayed over this control box, these values need to be updated onto the server so as the values could reach the Android application to be monitored remotely. So this is a cause for the delay. and you can see that the value has been updated in the application interface as soon as we dipped the sensor inside water. So here we can see that the value of moisture is being affected as per the position of the moisture sensor, whether it is completely dipped inside water or not, and the same values are being displayed on the LCD of the control box as well. So what exactly happens is the values measured by the sensors are displayed over the LCD of this control box, and these values are further transferred to the server through which the application interface takes the values and displays, which enables us to monitor these values from a certain distance or remotely, which is the fluent application of telemetry that we have portrayed in this project over here. So this is how the flow of signals works in this system. So now comes the concept of tele-remote control. So there might be situation when we want to control the light or temperature or water supply of our polyhouse. So in those cases, whenever suppose we want that even during the dark the growth of our crops should not be stopped and that the continuous light supply should be provided to this polyhouse, so we can control the light from this application here. Similarly, we can control the temperature. We can use the fan for this purpose to cool down the temperature of the polyhouse. It works as an exhaust basically. And similarly, there is a water pump so that we can supply water whenever we feel that there is water needed in our field, or we can stop the supply of water in case there is excessive water filled inside the field. So here you can see that there are two modes in the application, the automatic and manual mode. So in manual mode we can ourselves control the operation of the components. For example, here I have turned on the light and you can see that the lights inside the polyhouse have turned on. So here for the light source we have used an LED strip, as it can be seen here. So as soon as I just power off the lights from the application interface, here you can see that the lights have turned off. And similarly, now if we turn on the lights again, so here you can see that the lights have turned on inside the polyhouse. So this is the operation of the lights. Next comes the operation of fan. Here I have turned on the fan and you can see that the fan has started working. It can be used to control the temperature, and now I have turned off the fan. So now you can see that corresponding to my command, the fan has turned off. Now we will see the automatic mode of this application. So for switching the modes, here we have given the buttons from which we can switch from automatic to manual mode and from manual to automatic mode. So in the manual mode you had seen that we have the values of temperature, moisture and humidity that have been measured by the sensor, and the control of light, water pump and fan. So this is the telemetry and tele-remote control mode. So in the automatic mode, now when I switch to automatic mode, so here you can see that we have the values of temperature, moisture and humidity displayed, but here we have control of temperature and moisture. So here we have to set a certain threshold, or we can say critical values, so that the critical value, whenever these values will be exceeded in our polyhouse, so the system will function accordingly. For example, if our temperature, the temperature of polyhouse exceeds the threshold temperature, then the fan will start working. So this way, using the slider, we can adjust the values of our system. For example, here I have set the threshold value of temperature to 37 degrees Celsius. And on the LCD here, we have three screens. Number one, that displays the status of objects, that is the fan, light and pump. Then we have the measured values of the three parameters, and after that we have the threshold values. These are the values that are being displayed over the LCD. Now coming back to the application interface, here you can see that the fan is working currently and the pump and light are in an off mode at the moment. So Here you can see that no light is there and no water pump is working here. So now you have seen that the fan is on. So if I change the value of critical temperature here, I update the threshold value from 12 degrees Celsius to 54 degrees Celsius. So now you can see that the fan automatically stopped working. It stopped. So this fan turned off because the temperature of the poly house is below the critical value. So no temperature needs to be maintained at the moment. So it automatically turned off. This is how the automatic mode of this project works. So next comes the value of our moisture. So here you can see that the moisture value that is being sensed through this water box. Here is our moisture sensor. So we can see that the moisture value is 67%, whereas the threshold moisture value is 62%, which is below the current level that is being measured by the sensor. So our water pump will not start. So this is because no moisture is needed currently as per our system. If we increase the value of threshold moisture, that is 81%, now you can see that our water pump has started working because our current moisture level that was 62%, that is below 81%. You can see here in the video that the water has started to be supplied towards the field by the drip irrigation. So this is how the automatic mode of this application works. Also, this app displays the latest update time. For example, here it is shown July 21, 2022, 7:25 p.m., which is the current time here. So every time you update anything like threshold, value of moisture or temperature, the value will be updated in the interface. The working of this project. In the next video, we will be having a look at the hardware and the software part of this project. We will be learning about them in detail. For any queries regarding this project, you may contact on the number given on the screen or from the link given in the description below. That's all. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.